Is this real world? Is this the real life? No! Hey, what's up guys? Lucky to here. Hopefully you guys are doing well, and today we're gonna talk about the Living Bomb build for Fire Mage, and trust me, that build freaking slaps. Alright, so we're gonna talk about the stats first, and then we're gonna drop right into the talents. I'm gonna speak a little bit about the PvP talents, and then I'm gonna show you guys the full burst rotation that is going to absolutely burn alive everything that stands in your way. So first up, what you guys want to know is we need haste more than anything. Okay, so as soon as you hit that 30% versatility gap, we don't care much about versatility at this point. We're going straight up into haste as much as we can. I know I got a bunch of crit, but that's, I kind of wanted to avoid it, but I'm kind of forced because we're forced into playing the tier set, and it gives me a little bit of a critical strike. So yeah, apart from that, you want to have haste on everything if possible. We don't care that much about mastery because the point of this build is not the damage of our ignite, it is to be able to proc your living bomb faster. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys how it works. It's super dumb, and you need a lot of haste to make your flame strikes hit faster and have better and more chances of actually proccing your living bomb. So if you can do it correctly, you will be spamming living bomb the whole day, even though it has a 30 seconds cooldown, right? So with that being said, for weapon enchant, you want Sophic Devotion at all costs. You need it. It is non-negotiable. You need that on your main weapon. I'm running double trinket. Obviously you're not forced into playing that if you're playing another character, though I would highly recommend having the unused trinket, okay, the Verdant Gladiator's Badge of Ferocity, if you're actually going for this build, because whenever we're using our combustion, we want to proc our trinket, and we're gonna deal a lot more damage that way. You know, on your chest you want waking stats, okay, on your wrist you want speed, on your boots you want Plains Runner's Breeze, on your belt Shadowed belt clasp, and on your legs you want that enchant that gives you 177 intellect and 131 stamina. Okay, so now that we spoke about the stats, I'm gonna talk about what is broken in this build. Okay, so did you guys know that Living Bomb actually got buffed by 800%? Yes, now it deals insane damage. Okay, so when you apply it to your enemy, it will start a 3 seconds countdown. Okay, during that time it is going to deal around 50k damage, okay, which is pretty not really good. But once it blows up after the 3 seconds, it will, if you're doing the burst correctly, which I'm gonna show you guys in the video, it will deal upwards to 200k damage. Okay, instant ability 200k damage. And then the best part is it is going to spread up to nearby targets. Okay, so Living Bomb is going to hit your primary target for 200k, hit everything around it for 150k, then apply its dot effect on all the targets around your target, and then 3 seconds later it's going to blow up again on every targets for 200ks. So if you're able to stick your living bomb on the right target and apply your flame strikes and do the whole burst rotation that I'm going to show you guys, your living bomb alone will deal most of the damage, most of the burst damage. Okay, it's not even coming from your ignite. So how do we get more living bomb? Because living bomb has a 30 seconds cooldown. Right, that's with this talent right here. Okay, so every time with this talent and this one right here, you use flame strike, what happens is your flame strike will leave behind a patch of flames that burns the enemies within it for blah 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 damage. We don't care about the damage, it deals bad damage, we don't care about it. What we care about, however, is the fact that when your enemies are damaged by your flame patch, they have a 5% chance to get a living bomb on them. So that means if you have super high haste, like I've told you guys to get, okay, in the stats intro, you will have much more chances of getting a free freaking living bombs on everything. So if there's like 20 people stacked and you just like spam your flame strikes into all of them, chances are every time you're gonna press your flame strike, you have like 50% chance of actually proccing a living bomb that is going to deal massive 200k damage on everything. So right now, living bomb is absolutely broken. All right, so the very next thing that you guys need to understand about this build is it is going to be mainly instant casts. Okay, mainly instant casts, which is pretty great because in the current meta, it's super hard to hard cast something, so you're gonna like it. Next one is Phoenix Reborn. What it does, basically, when you deal fire damage to an enemy, it has kind of a big chance to reduce the cooldown of your Phoenix Flames, allowing you to dot the whole world, and the more people you dot with your fire damage ignite, the more chance you have to proc your Phoenix Reborn and reduce the cooldown of your Phoenix Flames and be able to throw Phoenix Flames back to back to build up your charges. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys a little bit later. So, controlled destruction. Pyroblast's damage is increased by 8% when the target is above 70% health or below 30% health. So if you want to finish up a target, super simple. You're going to use your instant abilities to proc your Pyroblasts, and you're going to want to switch to your Pyroblast single abilities to finish up targets, because it's going to deal more damage to targets who are below 30% health. Okay, so now next up is going to be Hyperthermia. Why? Because Hyperthermia has a low chance of proc, and what it does, it actually gives you infinite numbers of flame strikes and your Pyroblasts, so you can again get that proc. It procs randomly and you get a bunch of free flame strikes, okay, like 6 in a row, 7 in a row, that you can spam on your enemies. In the meantime, okay, your enemies are all dotted up, you get your Phoenix Flames up super fast. Okay, remember, ignite damage on enemies, trigger that, and then they have an increased chance of actually catching up on fire with a living bomb, with incendiary eruptions. Great. So, perfect. Now, the next one I need to talk about is Flame Accelerate. Okay. If you have not casted Fireball for 8 seconds, your next Fireball will deal 70% increased damage with a 40% reduced cast time. So you need a weak aura to cast that ability, which I'm going to show you guys how to install it in your World of Warcraft. So it's going to be much easier for you guys to track that buff. Okay, I'm going to show you guys right now. So you see on the left side of my screen right here, okay, that's my Fireball buff. So I have not casted Fireball for 8 seconds, so I know right now my next Fireball is going to hit much higher. Okay, so bam, now it is off. I don't have the ability right now. I'm just like gonna do my usual rotation, you know, attack with oh, it's back off cooldown. I can now use it, and I know it is going to deal more damage, because if you don't use that trick and you just like hard cast Fireball, hard cast Fireball, hard cast Fireball, see, 79k damage instead of what, 130k? That's a lot less damage, right? So with this weak aura I'm going to show you guys, it's going to be much easier for you guys to track it. So next up is going to be Unleashed Inferno. While combustion is active, your Fireball, Pyroblast, Scorch, and Phoenix Flames deal 50% increased damage and reduce the cooldown of combustion by 1.25 seconds. And trust me, we're going to be spamming a lot of flame abilities when we're doing our rotation. So it is going to help you by a lot. On top of it, your Fireball is going to deal more damage with this talent. Okay, 50% more damage, yes, during your combustion. So that 130k damage that you've seen on my Fireball will get buffed by 50% on top of my weapon enchant, on top of potions, on top of your combustion damage. Like, you're gonna be hitting for very, very hard with that Fireball with Flame Accelerant. Thus, the importance of actually learning how to set up your weak aura correctly to track it. I'm just gonna show you guys how to make your weak aura right now. So this is going to be out of the way so we can move on to the next point. Okay, so I just need you guys to go download Overwolf, and then you want to install Curse Forge. Okay, once that is done, you want to search for weak aura in the search bar, and then once you install it, you come back in your World of Warcraft, you hit enter / reload enter. Okay, so this is going to apply the add-on. Okay, and then what you want to do, pretty simple, we're gonna hit enter / WA enter. Okay, WA stands as weak aura. So we're gonna open the panel, we're gonna come into pre-made auras, icon, default, buffs, and then we're gonna go over all the buffs. There we go, we got Flame Accelerant. So we're gonna click on that. Depending, you can pretty much switch it up if you don't like it. I love seeing it all the time and seeing it as highlighted while it is buffed. So I'm going to click on always show and highlight if buffed. Okay, got it? Click on it. So there we go. I got a new Flame Accelerant buff. It's pretty much the same as the other one, except it's going to be much higher, much bigger, because you can change the size of it, which is pretty cool because you can put it wherever you want. So see, now I can track easily whenever my fireball will deal much more damage and when it is the perfect time to burst to deal the most damage as possible. We need to talk about Fuel the Fire. Okay, that passive right there is so broken. So basically every time you flame strike, it has a chance equal to 100% of your spell's critical strike chance to build up a hot streak. So hot streak, if you guys did not know, is whenever you crit with a fire spell, you get 1 charge, and when you crit 2 times with a fire spell, you get a free Pyroblast or a free Flame Strike. Okay, so that's pretty good because now you're going to be able to build up that hot streak spamming your flame strikes. All right, we're going to go over the left side of the tree, but this is going to be super short. Okay, so if you guys want me to pay more attention to the left side of the tree and explain more in the next videos, let me know down in the comment section. Okay, but this time around I'm going to be fast. So what you guys need to know about this left side is you need displacement. If you're not using displacement, you are losing the mage game. Okay, that's literally one of the best abilities in the whole game. Okay, displacement, because whenever you blink, you're able to displacement back and forth using your auto time. You're gonna be super hard to catch for your enemies. So, and BGs, I usually run Shimmer, though Ice Flows would be good if you're going against melees. The reason why is because Shimmer actually replaces your blink. Okay, it replaces your blink. It gives you 2 charges, but what happens is blink actually lets you teleport whenever you are stunned, and it dispels the stun entirely. So it's up to you if you want to choose one or the other, right? So the very best passive that I want to talk about in this left side of the talent tree is Frigid Winds. Frigid Winds. It sounds super bad. In fact, it's super good. The reason why you want to use it is because all your snare effects reduce the target's movement speed by an additional 10%. Okay, Flame Strike actually is a snare effect. Yes. So with those 2 talent points, your Flame Strikes are gonna slow your targets by quite a lot. Okay, it's gonna keep them in place, giving you more chances of actually proccing your living bomb with incendiary eruptions and flame bash. So you see where this is going, right? Perfect. So I know most mages are running either like 2 cryo freeze points or none. I like to be running with 1 at least. So whenever I ice block, I actually heal myself slightly. It is up to you. Let's jump straight into the PvP talents. So, PvP talents. We're using Flame Cannon. Every 2 seconds in combat with no enemy players or creatures closer than 15 yards. So that means with this talent, to get the maximum value out of it, you never want to go super close to your enemies. You just want to pump them from super far away if possible. And if you're doing it correctly, you will be able to extend your range up to 55 yards, which is kind of hard to fight against, you know. So the only ones that you're gonna have to worry about are Marksman Hunters, Balance Druids, and that's it. They're gonna be free to free cast in the back and just like spam your flame strikes. Every 2 seconds in combat, your maximum health increases by 2%, stacking up to 5 times. Okay, that's pretty good. Your damage done increases by 3%, stacking up to 5 times, and your range of fire spells increased by 3 yards, stacking up to 5 times. So that means you're gonna get a huge buff, huge damage buff, a huge range buff, and some health buff if you stay far away from your enemy. Then we're gonna be playing with Glass Cannon because it increases the damage of your fireball and your ignite by 40%. Though, keep in mind, it reduces your health by 15%. If you're able to play this build correctly, you won't notice it because whenever you stay away but in combat with your enemies, your health gets buffed with Flame Cannon. So it kind of counterbalances, okay? Then we're playing with World in Flame. Empower Flame Strike, dealing up to 200% more damage based on the enemy's distance to the center of Flame Strike. The reason why I'm reading the tooltip is just to make it's super clear for you guys what's happening whenever you cast a flame strike. It actually makes a difference if you cast it far away from your target, see 20k, or if you cast it just on top of your enemies, 42k without burst. Okay, so again, I'm gonna cast it far away from my target, 24k, and then I'm gonna cast it on top of it, 65k. So always keep that in mind. I don't know if you guys notice, but I'm actually using my flame strike very fast, okay? The reason being is I'm using a hover macro that is on the left side of my screen right now. By the way, I'm gonna link it down in the description, so don't forget to check it out. It's super good. Essentially what it does is usually when you cast flame strike, you got that like green marker on the ground that you have to repress again to cast the ability, okay? In my opinion, it's super sluggish because whenever you're trying to deal as much damage as possible, having to double click your ability, you know, let's say I have the ability binded right now, okay, which I don't. I have my macro instead, okay. I have to use a flame strike and use a flame strike. And now every time I use my flame strike, it is going to be instant. I don't have to click the ability on the ground. See, whenever I'm proccing my hyperthermia, I would have needed to click the ability on the ground. It would be much harder to be playing without that macro. So this is the part you guys been waiting for. I'm going to show you guys the full burst rotation. I've installed an add-on which shows the spells that I'm pressing in real time so you guys can actually follow along. So just keep in mind though, one small thing about this build is the fact that Living Bomb doesn't deal nearly as much damage on target's dummy than if you're actually using your Living Bomb on real players in PvP, okay? I don't know why, it's a dumb glitch. Living Bomb actually deals baby damage on dummies, even on a PvP target dummy, but in PvP it deals upwards to 200k plus the dot effect. So, alright, burst rotation right now! Oh, 1 million DPS, dude. Alright, resetting CDs real quick. Living Bomb. Praying for crits. And you see, at this point, we did not get hyperthermia freaking proc, and we were still pulling a lot of freaking DPS. So that's pretty much what it is. We got no hyperthermia proc. It's just pretty dumb. And there we go. At this point, our goal is pretty much done. We're gonna replay our Living Bomb one last time. And right now we're kind of chilling. We're waiting for our next combustion, which is going to happen in a couple of seconds, because every time you use your fireball, it resets the cooldown slightly. We're going to save our charge for our next combustion, and then we got our next combustion, so we can go again. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. I was still standing strong at 450k DPS. We kind of lost a little bit because, you know, downtime, and we get no hyperthermia proc basically. Yes, then we got nothing. We're gonna reset CDs once again. And then we got a free fireball. I'm gonna use it again. See, so on and so forth. Right. So I don't know if you guys actually noticed, but we did upwards to 900k, 1 million DPS for a couple seconds, maybe 5-6 seconds. Okay, and what you guys need to understand right now is Living Bomb deals 0 damage on the training target dummies. Okay, I'm going to show you guys the damage. It says that it deals 34k. It can be more far from the truth. I don't know why Living Bomb deals no damage on a cleave training dummy. I cannot understand, but that's a glitch, okay? And PvP though, it is not going to deal 30k damage. It is going to deal 200k freaking damage every time it explodes, with your burst, of course, with your combustion, because it increases its damage. It's kind of secret. It does not tell you, but it increases the damage of your fire spells as well. So FlameStrike, 250k FlameStrike, that is pretty dumb, but it's truly that's pretty dumb. Okay, that's pretty dumb, but I kind of like that build, man. So spamming those big freaking flame strikes, your ignite dealing 100k fire dot damage, flame patch dealing pretty much no damage because we're only using it to proc our living bomb dealing pretty much 0 damage. Okay, you can expect its damage being increased by 10 times in PvP. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this rotation. Anyways, if you did, please hit the subscribe button. I'm going to keep making those guides up into the next expansion, okay, for all of your favorite characters. So I'm going to be your reference for those crazy burst builds. All right, so thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully you guys learned something. If you want to help me share my builds, share my videos to your friends. It's very rough for a small channel. YouTube does not show me to anybody. YouTube doesn't care about my channel. So if you share my stuff, you help me, leave a comment, leave a like. It helps me so much. You guys don't even understand. So thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. This was Clunky Dude. Stay awesome, gentlemen.